I don't know when this starts recording me. And it started making these straight up public instead of holding them private, which means that you guys have done it. You guys have done it. You've got me across all of my early gatekeeping milestones. So for those of you who do watch these in the future, and this first 20 minutes or so is usually for you, it hasn't exactly been for you in a while. These have filled up within 2 minutes lately, and you know that some of my regulars are awake because the Discord is a poppin'. The Discord's popping like your mama's pussy. Good morning. What up? I wake up to the. Good morning, Mel. Good morning, Nito. What a way to start the show, right? Well, I said just before that usually I get about 2 minutes before I. before I'm not alone. Good morning, Alec. I have bought my ticket. My show is at, I think it's at noon. Maybe it's at 12:50. But I have time to do a fountain, and then we're gonna watch the movie, and I'm gonna talk about it on my way up to Panera, and then I'm gonna hook up to the electricity at Panera, and we're gonna play something. I'm backlogged on Final Fantasy VII in my own heart. Hello, Nito. Give me just a second, big guy. This is in part your fault, but in part um, not your fault. Wait a minute. I can pick. I just pick the time now. How about? I see. There we go. Morning, KJ. Good morning. Yeah, I am cleaning, doing today's bath, and then I'm gonna go watch a movie on Alex's recommendation and dime, and then I'm backlogged on playing Final Fantasy VII, so I want to play that because I intend to beat it twice. I should not have stretch marks there. Anyway. Good morning, Taylor. We're watching Nobody 2. I haven't seen the first one, so I'm going to judge this one on its own merits because I've been told that it is watchable on its own merit, and I trust Alex's opinion because he and I have shared opinions on a few other recent movies that have come out recently, not recency biases, and we like the same old movies. Good morning, Taylor. I am preparing for the day. So I'm washing all the dead skin off of my pelvis and my legs, and then I'm going to put on my clothes, and I'm going to go watch a movie. Go in public. I'm going to go get warm and sweaty and dirty again. And we start over. I'm fine today, KJ. Um, I'm prepared to tackle the day. That's nothing that I've never put myself through before. Hey, Brian. I talked my way through it, and I'm fine today. Morning, Brian. Did I say that? I collect so much detritus and filth in the night because I sweat. I try to stay inside my blanket, but that doesn't prevent it all. That doesn't prevent all of it from getting into my blanket. And at some point, I turned my blanket inside out. So I really didn't prevent um, the detritus from getting in here. And I forgot to buy um, baking soda wipes last night. I gotta remember that. Morning, Cloud. How you doing, bud? For those new to the channel, I have changed my description that I tag at the beginning of every video, so don't be afraid to read that for the 5 minutes that you can't speak to me after you subscribe to the channel. If you want to hang out at the fountain, I need to know that you are a chill person who is not going to get under my skin just to do it. And that doesn't mean that all of my subscribers are not those people. That also doesn't mean that I'm uninviting you to subscribe to the channel when I tell you that I can't talk to you anymore today. You just have to come at me right if you want to be a part of Chillin' with Shaggy at the fountain. If you want to chill at the fountain, I need to know that you're going to be able to get along with everybody else who likes to come to the fountain to chill. Because we're not going to do any more of this. We're not going to do any more of this splashing the water just to splash the water. The water needs to be turbulent in a healthy way, in the same way that when you're making scrambled eggs, you need to scramble the eggs and then stir the eggs on the frying pan in a healthy and regulated way to keep them from sticking and burning. But we're not dunking anybody. We're not throwing heavy objects into the pool. We're not doing cannonballs, and we're most certainly not lobbing things that may or may not be shit into the water. Good morning, Brian, Dave. I hear you, Mel. I'll probably scramble your eggs first. Ugh. Okay, the gross part is done. Good morning, Ghost. Okay, I'm giving you this, Ghost, because I love you and because I see you every single fucking day. But please don't abuse it. And whoever, just let's pass this around. Don't mute the moderators. I will mute the moderators. Heard that, Samurai. Take care, buddy. The hole in my throat aches today after singing so much Brent Hines. But it will be fine once I hydrate and get the day going. That's right, Marble. The Shaggy fountain water should be turbulent with laughter and with good dialectic argument. I don't know, Brian. It sounds like it tasted like absolute dog shit, though. Happy birthday, Ghost Samurai. Somebody else's birthday tomorrow that I need to remember. Like actual dog shit. Clean all the mud off my toes, exfoliate my feet, and understand now why women care about things like pumice stones. They don't want to put their feet on your chest or in your face, and for you to be like, Jesus Christ, is there a foot in those calluses? And mud and grime caked in your feet. Good morning, Cool Beans. How are you doing? Sorry about my knee in your face, but you'll cope. I gotta clean this mud off my toes. It'll start to infect and kill the skin. It's already tearing holes in this toe. Oh, there we go. Just tore the callus right off. Ouch. That's what they're there for. Yesterday's movie, Fantastic Four, was awesome. The first 20 minutes of yesterday's live is about the movie, my impressions. I'll end up talking about it again. I might host like a Discord voice chat for everyone who's seen it or wants to hear spoilers about it. And so we'll do like a spoiler-free first impressions kind of thing. And then we'll do like a round table or something. I'm sure that Marble will know how to moderate that, or he can teach me how to moderate it from my phone. Good morning, August. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. That's right. How are you doing, big guy? I just wanted to tell you, I'm sorry I had to shout at you a little bit yesterday. I was having a lot of trouble maintaining my emotions, and I knew that I couldn't have a civilized argument where I explained to you the nuance of whatever the fuck it was we were talking about. And then, yeah, I'm going to go watch Nobody 2 here at sometime around noon. Morning, Justin. It's coming to me faster. Good morning, Justin. Yeah, you guys have been... Yeah, whatever it was we were arguing about, August, I didn't have the... I knew that I didn't have the emotional hold, the hold on my emotions necessary to have a nuanced discussion with you about something that I knew that I was right about. I knew that I was going to... I knew at some point I was going to start stamping my feet and screaming that I'm just right, I'm just right, I'm just right, and that's not healthy in a relationship. And so I had to tell you, I have to end this. And so I'm sorry that that happened, and I know that you think it's funny. I know you're young enough to think it's funny. But I am sorry that I was in that place, and that you got caught in it. Right, August. And I kind of... You're young, and you guys know me that usually I'm down for a sport argument. But I knew that I wasn't in a place... I knew I wasn't in a place to behave like an adult. I knew that I was melting down and infantilizing, and that wasn't your fault. And so I just had to end it. But I am sorry. I am sorry that I had to do that, because normally the sport argument is very fun. Normally the sport argument is very fun, and I would have enjoyed it with you. I would have enjoyed winning it, because you wanted to see how I would win it, and I appreciate that. I do. I'm not saying that you picked the wrong time, but thank you for commiserating. Thank you for reciprocating. Hey, not so. Playing the F4. Oh yeah, you're checking it out. Cool, that's great, not so. I really, really liked it. I know that there are a lot of people that only thought it was mid, but I talk about how I watch movies for different things than normal people. I slept like I was dead, Navajo. It got cold last night, and I prefer to sleep when it's cold because I can bundle up in my blankets. So I bundled up in my liner and in my light mummy, and I zipped the mummy all the way up around my head, all the way up around myself, and I bundled up, and I woke up this morning with it turned 180 degrees around my body because I got that comfortable. Good morning, Vito. You saw that, Marble? I really thought I was going to have to beat that kid's head in with a Gatorade bottle. Because I was talking on the phone in a parking lot. Yeah, I sleep better when it's cool. I don't like to sweat in my sleep, and I know that this is an uncomfortable shot, but if I move my tripod even a little bit, it's gonna fall down. But I did want to say, while you guys were here, that I said a few weeks ago, somebody asked me what my hobbies were when this had not blown up so big. And I said that one of my favorite things in the whole world to do is go to the movies alone. And so over the course of the last 10 days, I've gotten to see Weapons, well, it wasn't entirely alone. There was a kid who sat next to me, but the kid who sat next to me is a better memory of the movie, better memory than the movie. His fucking panic attack at the end was the best thing ever. And then you sent me to watch Naked Gun a few days later, and I watched that alone, completely alone in the theater. And I'm the kind of person who, when I watch movies, I'll talk to myself. I'm the person who repeats lines. I'm the person who laughs. I'm the person who talks to the character. I'm the person who seems to think that the director is sitting right beside him. So she's in a meeting, Mel. So I'll communicate. I'll praise the movie like the director is watching next to me. I'll. Oh, is Rachel still hidden? Someone hid Rachel, and I don't know how to fix it. And when I talked to YouTube about it, they told me that I need screenshot proof. So is she talking to you guys right now? Fuck. Okay, well let me at least get a screen cap proof. Rach, if you take a screen cap at Gil's hello, I can. Good morning, Gil. Okay. Someone turned Rachel off for some reason because I can't see it. None of us can see it. So someone turned Rachel off. So we do have a little bit of drama in the group early on. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to nip that in the bud so it doesn't happen again. I think I know what happened. But I don't know what timeout looks like on your side. So I don't know what timeout looks like on your side. Welcome back, Rachel. Um, and I tried to talk to Google about it last night. I tried to talk to YouTube about it last night. And what they told me is that I need a screenshot proving that it was happening. And I'm like, okay, well, I can't take a screenshot of something I can't see. And they're like, well, right, but we need a screenshot. And so I ended that conversation. So I don't know what's happening. But all I can figure is when I went to make you moderator, Rachel, I accidentally muted you, and then I undid the mute and I made you moderator. But from your perspective, you don't have moderator anymore. So I think what happens is internally they saved that initial mute hours into our conversation. Yeah, KJ. Yeah. Can I spoil a moment in the last sandcastle for you guys? Since I have so many of my regulars and now Patreon subs, you can find the last sandcastle, but can I spoil a moment that I think is very funny? It's a dystopian dark comedy. If anybody doesn't want me to spoil my own literary work to you, it's a gag, a comedic beat that I think is very funny. Okay, so it's a dystopian dark comedy. Okay, in the second act, near the very end of the second act of the book, everyone in the story is a cyborg. Okay, so they're an android body. Their brains exist in a jar somewhere kept away from them, and they experience a virtual reality simulation plugged directly into their brain from the ocular experience of their android body. I do remember you, Dark Wizard. Welcome back. Okay. One of them, during his process from body to brain in jar, from body to jar, from the experience of his brain, which is called excargoing, had a near-death experience, and it shattered his consciousness, okay? So for the entirety of Act 2, his character has been dead silent. Dead silent, still face, no emotion, doesn't react to anything, but follows the main character around like a lost chicken, like a lost baby chicken. Because of something that happens, his mind is broken, and he begins screaming. All he can now do is scream. His body, all it can do is scream. While the main character is trying to deal with this, he gets into a bureaucratic argument with the female lead about whether he is or is not allowed bypass access to turn off this guy's fucking robot's respawn. So he's killing his best friend over and over and over and over again, while all it can do is scream to him for help because she won't turn off the respawn. And it's meant to be a joke. I think it's very funny. But whatever we were just talking about is made me think of that. So there you go. I've spoiled a gag in my own literary work. I am the same guy who was playing Final Fantasy IV Dark Wizard. Yes, I am. Black Mirror. If you guys know Death Clock. Yeah, if you know Death Clock, I decided to take dark dystopian black comedy, blacker than black times infinity. The blackest black times infinity. It is dark and violent. And so I thought I would be able to animate and produce it quickly with AI, but it's too violent. The AI goes, not participating in that, no matter how I edit down the prompt. So I need people who are deeply passionate about dark comedy. Me too, August. That's why I'm trying to make one. That's why I'm writing one. Sort of. Am writing. I haven't touched it in months. But that's why I'm talking about and thinking about it. You guys are funny. You guys are funny. Okay, let me double check when this movie is. The movie starts at 12:50. I don't really like sci-fi, but I love sci-fi horror. Heard that, August. You like it? Today I'm going to go watch Nobody 2, and then we're going to play Final Fantasy 7 while I charge my shit back to the beginning. You did, Dark? August was talking about it yesterday, so I got some. Heard that, August. I haven't seen the new Alien, no. I think that might be what we're talking about. Vito and August are talking about a show called Alien Earth. I love you guys. I don't know if I've said that this morning. I have 41 of you here. I just have... I want everyone to understand that the blue is how I can recognize whom I know. I know these people. I know these people well. That's why they're blue. Once I get to know you, you will be blue too. There's no responsibility that comes with it for anybody other than FIFA. FIFA's the only one that has any actual responsibility. I do like paranormal horror stories, Dark Wizard. Have you seen Weapons yet? Heard that, KJ. KJ writes sci-fi. If you guys want sci-fi, go read KJ's work. In fact, I was talking with his sound engineers, and not only does he have music and sound effects and a voice actor on his audiobooks, the team that do all that stuff they follow the channel, they get in the chat. They're fucking cool dudes, actually. And they speak in the royal we, which I fucking love, because it's like talking to Legion from Mass Effect 2, my favorite character. The only interesting character in Mass Effect 2 was Legion, actually. That's interesting, Dark Wizard. Mine is set. Actually, August. When my work is set is part of the mystery. Mine is a mystery at every level. If you find my Patreon, it's called The Last Sandcastle. I may or may not have a collection devoted to it yet, because I'm not selling it yet, and I only put the things I'm selling in collections. And if you subscribe at any amount of dollars or buy the Not Rob Longshore collection, it's $25. That's everything that I write in the Not Rob Longshore universe into perpetuity. You will never get a better literary deal. What's up, Hannah? Heard that, Dark Wizard. Yeah, Vito. Legion was really cool. Legion was really cool. And I don't know how to plug it yet, but I think Dark Wizard is talking to us about short stories on their YouTube channel, right, Dark? Am I right about that? Hey, Alex. Good morning. Are you the one who bopped, or did you bop Rachel? Okay, yeah. Sub to Dark Wizard. Wiz, I'll sub you back because you're an artist. Let me hit you up with this real quick. Pow, 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 pow. There is no responsibility that comes with this for anybody. Don't bot people. And Dark, when I can get my community spotlight up, I'll get in contact with you. What up, Hannah? How are you doing? JJ, right? Spicy food only when I'm stoned. Only when I've got actual grass, Jeremiah. Or when I've been hitting my vape for so long I'm actually stoned. Heard that. Mel, you've got a sub. I sell art, bro. Thanks for being here. I'm fine, JJ. That's fucking awesome, KJ. I complimented your guy for it, and he says, yeah, I'm not allowed to say the I. And I went, fucking, that's awesome. Please don't. Continue that shtick when you're in the chat. I fucking love it. I adore it. That's badass. I tend to talk in the royal we when I'm communicating for the business. Because I mean all of you blue wrenches. Heard that, Dark. That's awesome. I may not ever have time to consume your material because you see my life. Some of them do, August, yes. Hello, JJ. Mute, block, report, anything like that. She's invisible in the chat. She can show up on the screen, and you're the only person that was giving her grief yesterday. You're not in trouble. I'm just curious. I'm trying to figure out what happened. If you say so. My day's been great, JJ. What's up, V-Ments? It is a whodunit, FIFA, and I only have one suspect. Rach, there is only one suspect. You like frying pizza rolls on the skillet? That's interesting, Jeremiah. I've never thought about doing that. That's right, Vito. Just I know who my regulars are by the blue wrench. I know who to read. I know who to seek out to read. Sometime last night, Alex. Sometime when I was walking back toward the tent. Oh, that's really cool, Wiz. That's really cool. There are people here on my channel. If you jump in the Discord, you're invited to jump in the Discord. You can find the link through my Patreon. Free memberships can access the link. It's just I just trying to get all of you together so I can say thank you and give news all at the same time. That's what the Patreon is for. If you want to peruse my literature, I haven't touched it in months. For sure, Jeremiah. Yeah, the people who don't argue with me to get under my skin get the blue, Vito. And so once I know for a few days that you're not gonna set me off when I'm in a dark emotional place. Oh, I didn't think you had an issue, Alex. You were teasing her about her PFP 2 days in a row. Oh, after the movie, Rach, I thought I could remember talking to you throughout the whole day. It was sometime after the movie while I was crossing the street. I may have accidentally bumped you. I was just curious whether it was Alex. He's my only suspect, and you're not in trouble. Like I said, you're not in trouble. And like you said, if you really wanted her gone, you would have said something. I don't know what happened. I am so embarrassed, Rach. Yeah, August, I'm going to watch Nobody 2 here in about an hour. No, Jeremiah, I haven't. I'm baffled, Rachel. I don't know what happened. Rachel is FIFA 143 now, Vito. No, Jeremiah. Okay, Alex. Somebody came in, mentioned her forehead, and then she was gone. And so I'm trying to figure out who that was. Nobody's in trouble. Oh, that's cool, Dark. You got past copyright. That's cool. Okay. I'm glad you endorsed Bob Odenkirk. Oh, my eyes. Oh, the pollen is fucking bonkers. I'm not accusing anybody of having done anything malevolent. I'm just trying to figure out what happened. And like an investigator, I'm chasing down the only leads I've got. There are two people who mentioned her forehead, and I'm just asking, hey, did you bump that mute button? Jeremiah, that's a dark way of saying that you'll murder me. Heard that. Well, Bob is a comedian first, August. Have you ever heard the adage that comedians make the best dramatists because it actually takes the most dramatic range to make people laugh? It's actually a step down conceptually for a comedian to make people cry. It's a lot easier. Have you ever heard about that? Yeah, Bob Odenkirk is a comedian. Bob Odenkirk was the one that was in the show with Dave, right? You didn't get banned, Joe. I just turned you off for a day. I'm not in the mood for. I just wasn't in the mood for it yesterday. Call it Rachel's 5-head, Rach. That's what they call you. They said, oh, Rachel 5-head is here, and then you weren't there anymore. Whoever it was said, oh, it's Rachel 5-head again, and then you weren't there anymore. I hear you, Dark. I'm also managing like 3 conversations at once. I don't know Truther 777. I don't know what that is. I think you guys know me well enough to know why I don't know what that is. I wouldn't know what that is. Hey, good morning, Greenie. I am mentally ill. It's not rude to say that I'm mentally ill. I talk about it all the time. I don't know. Wrong Shaggy, wizard. Wrong Shaggy, buddy. I might have to call you DW. I'm a Shaggy Dog storyteller, and and Philalitheia, seeker and lover of truth. Seeker after and lover of truth. I prefer not to be angry any of the time, but I let you guys see it, and there are a lot of you, like Jeremiah, and I've already apologized to Alex. Joe is asking me for an apology. Sophia, good morning. I owe a lot of people today apologies. I could not handle yesterday. And I was telling you guys I couldn't handle it, and you were not taking me seriously. And so the only way I could demonstrate that I am serious and that I'm not handling this well was to turn you off. I'm not apologizing, Green. I'm not on trial. But I do prefer to get out ahead of conflict. Oh, for sure. Poor Greenie. Oh, I'm the girl from Breakfast Club over here with my dandruff. Kind of gross. I've bought the wrong wipes, so my hair is gonna get dirty. Yeah, it's because he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's just a stupid person, whether he's schizo or not. And schizo is, you want to be careful calling people schizo. Schizophrenia is scary. You'll know when someone's schizo. Because they'll say things that are entirely disconnected from truth, and they'll insist that they're real, right, August? Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying, Natsu. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to people who don't know that about me, that thought they were just playing along with what they thought was the usual daily vibe. Good morning, Diocelinda. Are you okay? What happened? Do you want to talk about what happened? And are you okay? That's most important. Good morning, Niravira. What happens when I press that, I wonder? Oh, it turns on. What happens when I press it a second time? Religion sounding stuff is how you can know that he's just a stupid person. After we talked, you fell and hurt your leg. Are you okay? That is probably schizophrenia. Justin, yes. Yeah, he's just dumb. Greenie, he's just dumb. Mine's only 80, Mel. I won't tell anybody. You're smarter than I am, though. Alright, I'm going to have to start walking here in 15, 20 minutes. Okay, well, from me to you, Diocelinda, please just do what your doctors say. Please listen to your medical advice. Hello, Isabella. How are you doing? I'm going to be watching Nobody too. Oh, happy birthday, Greenie. I knew it was somebody's birthday today, but you got to understand, I couldn't remember who. Good morning and happy birthday. That's a Sprite and Sprightly 19, right? Hey, speak of the devil and they shall appear. Good morning, studio. I was just talking about you dudes. Heard that, Rach. I don't care how you have internet or that you're on a mountain on a bike, Sophia. But thank you for telling me what to do. I wasn't inclined to not do what you're telling me to do. And now I'm inclined to do it. I'm not on any other platforms, Jeremiah. I have a Patreon and we have a Discord. Yeah, you guys are like talking to Studio is like talking to Legion from Mass Effect 2. It's cool. I like it a great deal. I think it's heard that, Studio. I'll be keeping my ears open for that. Oh, Dios Linda, I'll be praying that you didn't fracture it. The Discord is through my Patreon. You'll find the link through my Patreon. Or you can contact Marble Fox Gaming if you want to do that. I think it's so cool that just 2 weeks ago we were all kind of complaining, well, there are just no good movies out. There's just nothing good to watch. But really what it was is there's just nobody is talking about any movies. There's no word of mouth about movies. And all I've done is gone and watched movies and said, hey, this movie is really good. And people are like, well, this movie was really good. All we're doing is talking about what we like. That's called word of mouth advertising. These studios are going to end up owing me money if I keep doing this. We are Legion. We make sounds. I love it, Studio. I haven't seen the first one, Mel, but Alec insisted to me that I don't need it. God bless, Dioselinda. Jeremiah says, bet. What you got, Dark Wizard? What's a good movie? Bear in mind that I don't watch movies that aren't in theater very frequently. But this is the fountain, Demetrios. O tabernacle. Well, thank you for being here, Greenie. Hey, Jazz. Good morning. Yeah, basically it had been that long for me too, Rachel. 1.3. We're there. We're moving right along, Greenie. And I should have crossed 2K watch hours today. So just churning right along. Great to hear, Greenie. Basically, Demetrios, how well do you know mythology? Yeah, that is a great movie, Dark Wizard. I watched that about, I don't know, 18 or 19 months ago. Great movie. Oh, awesome, Dark. Space Odyssey, that's going to be too slow for me, but I hear you. Well, fountain mythology, Demetrios. Spring and water source mythology. Color Out of Space was good. Nick Cage, yeah, cosmic horror. Supposed to be kind of funny too, because Nick Cage is hamming it up as Nick Cage in that movie. I'm gonna have to leave here in about 10 minutes, so be prepared for that. Take care, Not So. I love that, studio. I love that pitch. I can't afford to put you to work, but I love that pitch. Oh, cool, Dark. Yeah, there's a lot of art in film. Some of the stories are really good. Oh, Scary Terry got paid by the Washington Commanders. I had to really work on that for a second to get to their name. Um, that's awesome. The Commanders should be right there in the final six or eight. I have no. They were so good last year. I don't see what's his name, Jaden Daniels. I don't see him taking a step back. I don't know why he would. We didn't expect him to be that good. And same team, same coaches, same everything, and his wide receivers paid. It's going to take Terry 3 or 4 weeks if he doesn't get hurt in the first 6. Oh, it's not even about being expensive, studio. You pay for quality. It's about I'm homeless. Heard that, KJ. You pay for what you get. I'm not going to get dehydrated today, but I am going to get hungry by the time I get down there. So that's a interesting problem to have. Oh, did they not they didn't cut him? I'm guessing that today is down day. All right. So you guys are going to put me in a situation where I need to go and hit the news before I log on. So damn good. That's right, Jazz. So damn good. The game at no point was too big for him. Yeah, if only Hendrickson had. Yeah, if they could find some money. They need to do like a fundraiser or something. Hire some dancing girls? Who fucking knows? Something. I'm not homeless. I'm a stationary nomad. That's right, Marble. It's going to take me a few seconds to react to your new profile, to recognize who's speaking to me from that profile. I got used to that ominous red and black. Hey, Marble, have you posted anything new? I'm going to start pushing you on that so that you're not in a place where I feel like you're not working because you want to talk to me. Oh, that's cool, Dark. You bought that shirt. Oh, that's neat. We got similar glasses. Hey, don't even worry about the donation, Jeremiah. And again, the Patreon is about having everybody in a place where I can talk to you all at once. So that if I need to say, hey, my phone is out, I can do it on the Patreon. Okay, Marvel. I'm not gonna push you to do what you're not doing. I'm just checking in, buddy. Oh, that's cool. You paid $8 for your glasses? I don't remember how much mine were. The frames weren't expensive. I got them from Zenny. So they weren't expensive at all. Where are my cigarettes? Why are my cigarettes not where they're supposed to be? Okay. Where are my cigarettes? The only thing that I don't know. There they are. Understood, Marble. Not pushing you, not criticizing you. No, I haven't left yet, Corey. The movie starts here in about 40 minutes. And I'm not worried about catching all of the trailers. I've watched most of them now. Like, and the closer we get to the release of the movie, the longer the trailers get and the more they spoil. So I don't want to spoil Caught Stealing. I already have my ticket. And I need to remind myself of this. That's in 3 days. So I'll be watching Caught Stealing. I already bought my ticket. And I should have the money for it, for snacks and stuff. And even if I don't, I can just watch a movie without snacks. I don't know how I'm going to spend $200 in that span, but I do know how I'm going to spend $50 eventually. All right, I'm going to set you guys down, look at the sky. I got a potty. Nobody 2 is today, that's correct, Jazz. So I was scrolling through TikTok today, and I just happened upon the Mastodon guys standing on stage, and Braun Daler, their drummer, um, addressing the crowd about Brent, and he said the same thing ultimately that I said to you guys. I've been saying to you guys all week. He said, that ultimately it is you guys, it is the audience, it is your support that allows us, them, me, to do this during our grief, because what we want to do is, like Job, retreat into our sorrow. So you give me the courage to make that unnecessary. God did punish Job for retreating into his sorrow. I talk about this a lot, August. Job's wife is the smartest character in that book. She tells Job, abandon, forsake your integrity, and die. And what she means is forsake these things that you believe are righteous. Forsake this retreat into sorrow and become a new man. Learn from what you've experienced. Learn that what you have experienced, and that because you are alive as a result of what you are experienced, you are being corrected and you are being given the opportunity to self-correct. This is something in the modern world we don't appreciate. We can learn and we can self-correct, but if you made a single mistake around a king or around a duke or around anyone, your life could be over, ruined forever, if not ended, because of a single mistake. Many, many millions, if not billions, of human beings were given no opportunity to learn from their mistakes. Jesus got no second chance. When he resurrected and came back, he didn't continue his mission. I think he thought he would if he thought he was coming back as a resurrected king of the Jews. I think they thought that he was coming back in a body and that it was all going to be easy. And then they got a second chance. They got the opportunity to learn that they were wrong and to learn from their error, to correct, to adjust for their mistakes. And then 2,000 years happened and we haven't. We haven't adjusted for our mistakes in anything other than workplace safety. We're still in the same place we were. And we walk. That's what Job teaches us, if you wanted to know what Job teaches us. That's why Job was written. The first thing Job says to God after Elihu tells Job, because Job told Elihu that he cannot summon God, he cannot argue with God like he could argue with a man in a courtroom, like Socrates appealed to the people of Greece to fuck off. You can't call God down from the sky and argue with him that he has wronged you. And Elihu says, are you fucking stupid, Job? God's here now. He's here with us right now. He's everywhere. Can you not sense him? Can you not hear his voice speaking to you right now? And then God does. He appears right there in the middle of the scene. And you know what he says to Job? He says, stand up and gird your loins like a man. Do you know what it means to gird your loins? It means to put on some fucking clothes. Your dangle is dangling. I can see it. Cover yourself. Be a man. And so what that means is to forthrightly confront the sorrow. If God has wronged you, then tell him. Well, it wasn't in a mountain. It was before the forest of some sort. I can't remember what the name of the trees were. Mamre. It was before the forest in Mamre where he argued with God. And he argued God down from the destruction of the entire city because there were no good people to, well, what if there are 10 people? Well, actually, it was like, what if there are 1,000 people? Well, what if there are 100 people? What if there are 10 people? What if there's only one good person in the city? Are you really going to destroy the city if there's one good person in it? And God finally concedes and says, no, I will not destroy the city if there is even one good person in it. And then he sends out his angels to remove Lot, the only good person, from the city, and subsequently destroys it. So Abraham won, but God is not bound to agreements. He's not bound to not cheat. No, the gods in the Bible were not aliens, August. They were extra human intelligences that you can experience by closing your eyes and not thinking for a few moments. They weren't aliens. There are no aliens. They weren't extraterrestrial. They were extra human. Jacob won that wrestling match too, but he left it with a broken leg, forever maimed. Israel means struggles with God. It doesn't actually, but that's a folk etymology that the later Hebrew people gave to it. Because Jake won that wrestling match with the angel of the Lord, but his leg was forever maimed. He could no longer walk the same. He could no longer work the same. It is the plot to Assassin's Creed because it's the plot to Eric von Daniken's Chariots of the Gods and it's the ideas of Zecharia Sitchin's Sumerian prophecies, and it's just fiction. It's just really bad fiction. The Anunnaki are not actually what they were called. And that's not really true, Marble. The Anunnaki are just the sons of Anu and the Earth Goddess. They're just extra human intelligences that aren't the supreme being. And many of them were the supreme being of other religions before the Sumerians and the Babylonians got a hold of them. The Anunnaki is the way that they were able to make peace in the Middle East for thousands of years. Yeah, but they weren't material beings, August. Take care, Rach. And then the Nephilim are a different thing entirely. The Nephilim are the offspring of the angels. Those angels are called watchers. No, the Nephilim were the offspring. They were the offspring. They were the hybrid offspring of angels and humans. I've read for you guys the book of Enoch. The Nephilim are the offspring. I've read the book of Enoch for the channel. Yes, the Watchers and the Nephilim are from the book of Enoch, and I've read that for the channel. No, the angels are not aliens. They're extra human intelligences. You got to read John Keel, August. They're extra human. They were never human, and they were never material. They never had bodies. They never lived on a planet. They're liars. They've existed since before the Big Bang. They're just intelligence. Many of them are just a concept. They didn't. It's a metaphor. Hello, Sandra. The Watchers are the religions before the collapse of civilization in 3500 BCE. Sure, Marble. The folklore of whether they died or not is a thing. There was also a guy who was Rip Van Winkle. Doing great today, Sandra. It's a beautiful day. I'm about to just ban the word from. It is early in the day, Sandra. Anything can go wrong. I don't actually know this. signal, dickhead. Sorry, I had to menace a woman for a moment because she didn't turn her turn signal on until she was already turning. And I'm definitely a troll. I'm gonna be fine, Sandra. As long as I don't have to climb in anybody's car and whoop their ass. It's not what happened, August. It's just an interesting story that some people made up about 100 years ago because they could get away with it because people are very dumb. You're not very dumb, but everything you're saying is wrong. And don't worry about it, Dark. You don't have any responsibilities.
And never fade, gaze up into the silence, rooted from the base, these voids and ocean bays, any attempts to read the test, recipes oppressed, questions unasked, we learn the steps. I sat like all the rest, unsuspecting, willing, uncontrollable herd. Guys and you that you dusted with eyes who trust, dominated, compliant and deceptible. And there's your days that you'll see that whether this a lie, to destroy.
I can't actually do this, I don't know the words. Withering, asinine drones, kept in the dark, kept in lies. This was my favorite song in the world when I was 21 years old. You guys were all listening to Bleed, and I was listening to Dancers to a Discordant System. Withering in toxicity. By the weight of our own guilt. I have no idea what he's saying through most of this. Inane humanity. Did you know that you can go into a dissociative state? You can go into a trance state by headbanging. Concuss yourself rhythmically enough and you can go into a dissociative identity or a dissociative state. You can talk with the gods. Why do you think I do it so often? There's a high that comes along with it. And it looks like my chat might be broken. YouTube says, all right, enough. You're not allowed to talk about that shit anymore. Because after a while, it starts to think that I'm endorsing it, so it just turns you guys off. All right, we can start this sucker over. Give me just a second here. I can tell that you're not working on your end.